it begins in Columbia, South Carolina tonight, where the thriving Ole Miss Rebels, they visit Colonial Life Arena, and they face South Carolina in search of its first league win. We welcome you inside the building. Glad that you are with us this evening with the former Miami Tulane head coach, Perry Clark. Also helped guide South Carolina to a Final Four. 15 turnovers a game. That's top 25 in the nation. And so it is South Carolina that does gain possession to open this one up. 50th meeting between these two. Remember, South Carolina during its NCAA tournament season a year ago swept the Rebels in the 2 meetings a season ago. And they get off on good footing here. The junior from Orangeburg, Zach Davis, gets the scoring started.
What South Carolina did on that possession, they attacked it, they swung the basketball, and then they drove the closeouts. If they can do that, they will have some success against this Ole Miss defense.
Yeah, looking to be a bit more efficient offensively today. And the pressure defense on the top there from Jamari Thomas, and it's Davis who converts again.
How about that?
First 2 for the Gamecocks. He is performing at a much higher level here in conference play.
Well, initially, Zach Davis was playing a 2 spot, which is a tough position for him to play.
Oh, there, Malik Dia that time got a piece of the near throwdown. Looked like he punched it away at the last second. Dre Davis, aggressive 22 points on Saturday, and he's got his first bucket tonight.
Everyone on this Ole Miss team.
For 2 at his spot that time. So late shot clock now for South Carolina. They work it around, lob it inside. This is Pringle, got it, and a foul.
That's where Pringle has to step up. Mountain. He was a junior college coach. He was a long-time assistant. He's
a disciple. One of his best coaching jobs at Texas Tech, of course, leading them to the national championship in 2019. So this is Malik Dia. He is one of the veterans that he and his staff got out of the portal.
I asked him what was the key in bringing in these kids. He said they came from winning programs, and they had success there.
There's Jalen Murray. Now, he was part of the first transfer moments. Careless pass that time. Padula bounces it to Davis. Davis caught underneath. Spins into the double. Somehow fights free.
Their Ole Miss is relentless in the way they attack the basket.
This era in Oxford.
They are just relentless with their defense. They put hard ball pressure. They rotate heavy. And Colin Murray Boyle did a great job, and he drove it, he kept his head up, and he was able to finish at the rim. And that's what he has to do tonight, I think, because he's got the talent to be able, and his physical size, to beat some of the pressure.
Meanwhile, on the other end, it is Jamin Brakefield going to work into the mid-range. Could not get that one to go.
You know, in this league, you have to have a short memory, because the minute you get on the bus, you got to worry about the next one, because the next one's a monster.
How about Davis? Perry, he's got 6 already. You know, he has been on a rampage of late. 17 in their win against Kentucky last week, and then 22 on Saturday. It's off to a fine start. There's a foul on the interior, though.
Create the driving lanes.
The only thing that might slow down Davis today.
Free, and so, but again, the bench of Ole Miss.
Between the legs, going to work on Davis. Offline that time, and Zach Davis clears the board. Up ahead to Burry Boyles. CMB, a couple of shots in the early moments. Davis wants 3. Pass it off the window that time.
He gave you that look like out.
Pride Jr. from Orangeburg. This has been his most productive season, and Padula dribbles it right to him. Ben Brosman's for deep. Lost it on the way up, and he takes a hard fall.
South Carolina's defense to the
SEC.
I tell you what, I was at the Florida game, and I thought for early, and he says, you know, it's no major overhaul. We just adjust a few things here, a few things there, and how I approach and talk to him, and what we may emphasize.
Oh, Murray transition triple. That's Jalen Murray's second.
That's the guy you cannot lose and touches the paint, either on a pass, a drive, or post-up.
Ole Miss, 8 of 11 from the floor. So they have been hitting their shots, high percentage looks. Now 9 of 20. The Ole Miss all-time scoring list. You know who he just passed? The athletic director. Keith Carter, the man he just passed. So, sorry, boss. There's Pringle, another and one opportunity coming for the senior.
Intellect. They know how to play, and they know what pass to throw and when. Padula's getting too deep, and that's what's causing his turnovers where he can't make the next pass out.
Oh, Morrell, count it. Too strong that time. He's going to the line for one more. Just took the freshman to school that time.
Without question. And he doesn't practice, which meant
that Ole Miss jersey with a lot of pride. You're going to go down as one of the best. Skip pass to Thomas, little hesitation. Thomas going up, got blocked by the rim. Ball fake, back up, draws the foul. And so Thomas,
he was hurt. That really set back South Carolina because he's their primary.
Tomorrow at 7 Eastern will host Florida, so back-to-back home games here for the men's and women's program. Yep.
I tell you, this South Carolina fan base is tremendous. They come out and support both the men and the women.
Well, a couple of 2017 banners up in the rafters here. Barnes with the latest triple. Of course, the national championship. They did not. Now, here is the critical piece of information here. Nick Pringle is going to the line. 2 personal fouls were assessed to Brown Jones. He just picked up.
I love the way Nick Pringle is playing right now. He is being aggressive. Area is really, really good for South Carolina today.
Pringle is their 6'10" 5-man now. Padula puts up the 3. Murray Boyles with the board. That was about a 5+ minute, 5 to 10 minute stop of the action, I should say. So they're trying to get right. Murray Boyles is on this end of the floor. Field to start on this end of the floor. 11 out of 16, that's 69%. They've hit 5 threes, or make it 4, pardon. Brakefield, ball fake. It's guarded by Pringle. Back out to Dia, who can stretch it and knocks down the 3. Brakefield can stretch it as well. Instead, they work it around. Barnes playing off of 2 feet at the logo. That's good.
The spacing that Ole Miss does come and help because you have too far to come because of the spacing, and they will make the next pass.
They are red hot to begin this game. Murray Boyles with a strong take. And so it feels like if you're South Carolina, you've got to stay up with this fast start for the Rebels. Dia puts it up, draws a foul on Pringle. That's his second. Ready to check back in. Dre Davis with the 2 fouls. You've got 5 different Rebels. Thomas couldn't get it to go. Boy, they really are relentless. Thomas and Brakefield got tangled up momentarily. Brakefield is open. He can stretch it for 3.
He loves to shoot the 3. You talk, Brakefield hunts that 3.
They are 6 of 7 from distance. Bozeman's Verdonk trying to go up, little behind the back to Murray Boyles. Razzle tazzle.
Bozeman showed a little bit of flash. Boyles is Colin Murray Boyles is doing a great job. He's not just standing; he's moving and giving him somebody to give an outlet to. Great finish.
Yeah, great work that time. So Bozeman's Verdonk, he's playing more minutes this year than a season ago. And the 3rd-year long. Wright passes up the 3. Ugasuk defended closely this time by Murray. Now it's Murray Boyles. Barging back in for 2 more.
I tell you what.
9th straight double-figure game now. Murray Boyles, Sean Padula is on the floor. He got whacked in the face. And so the whistle stops play. With Texas and LSU.
She had a bittersweet side. I don't know about that. She doesn't take losing. She's a competitor now.
Minutes of this opening half. Murray Boyles, I think that time Mikael Brown-Jones was a little quasi-pulling the chair out there. CMB lost his footing. Brakefield to the basket. Brakefield gets yanked down. That's a foul on Bozeman's Verdonk. It's been testy. It has been a testy first half. Competitive one.
month in college basketball.
I mean, let's reset the stakes here. All years, they went to the tournament that season. And that is where this program would like to get back to this year. Bozeman's Verdonk barges right into Brakefield. And so that is a blocking foul.
By the ways Ole Miss is trying to attack the paint.
Bozeman's Verdonk just Wichita State in Kentucky on Thursday, bright and early at 11 Eastern. We'll play this thing out.
When they're not able to get paint touches and play out of the paint area or transition.
There's the freshman Eduardo Klafke getting a few minutes here. Padula might have to hoist it up, going behind the back. Padula, oh, nicely done. That was space here. Just you can see the tight half-court pressure D from Ole Miss. It's relentless. Jacoby Wright underneath. Oh, fake one way, come back the other. Nicely done for the senior.
That time Wright didn't get so.
Wright has his eyes up. Wright with that same spin move. Into the corner, Ugosu, catch and shoot. That's a foul on Murray, so that'll keep it here. South Carolina will head back to the free throw line. Bozeman's Verdonk will shoot 2. An assist, a couple rebounds, all of
energy, that kind of effort.
missed him.
Continuity offensively because he's their leader.
10th straight game they've been without Miles Studi as well, one of their dependable starters and three-point specialists. They are fighting and working with what they got. 10 seconds here for Ole Miss. Scorching hot first half offensively. Padula, the step back, the three, offline. Who wants it? 1 second for Ugosu from 50 feet. Hits the glass, but that's all. Ole Miss shoots 65%.
They really hurt you offensively.
Thomas to the rim. The lefty floater would not go. And Ole Miss once more a blur into the front court. How did Brakefield get free underneath?
I'm telling you, this team, Carolina can get some dribble penetration and then kick. They'll get easier looks.
Murray Boyles kicks it out. Wright on the attack. Jacoby Wright draws the foul. And so the senior from Fort Mill. Here, this is something you were talking about earlier today at shoot-arounds.
If you have spacing and don't have guys that can dribble, the spacing does nothing for you because they don't come out to play.
On that end for the Rebels.
Offensively right now, South Carolina's got to get some good looks. They got to move the basketball. They got to look at their post-up game. This is what they want, this isolation
right here. Double comes. Murray Boyles absorbs the contact. And CMB is headed to... That is one thing we know about the identity of this game.
And that's what Lamont was talking, Coach Parrish was talking about earlier, having conversations. Just stop talking to their wives and girlfriends. Everything ramps up because we're trying to get ready for March.
Like it's a painful February. This is a painful one. Nick Pringle is going back to the line.
Basketball and winning just starts to dominate, and it means schedule. And you had to get approval from the league on your schedule to make sure that a lot of credit for basketball developing as it has.
10-point game. Barnes can't hit it. South Carolina on the move. You know, they have been about 8, 9, 10 points away for a long time. Thomas, step back three. In a moment in this game where South Carolina is back within 7. Brakefield getting underneath again. They whistle Pringle for his third. Little body contact, perhaps. South Carolina, some of the players, they are Oxford ambassador heading to the line. That's Brakefield, fifth-year senior. Will happen in Knoxville. Coverage at 1 Eastern. Tennessee has to get back. Verdonk on the floor for the first time here in the second half. After the free throws, it's a 9-point Ole Miss advantage. Ugosu attacks and draws the foul. So Morris Ugosu, aggressive, and
which has made it a little bit more difficult on him. But he's going to
be in this middle of a season for an extended period of time.
And especially when
South Carolina has had chances. They're 1 out of 5 from the floor here in this half. Another foul. You know, that is the 6th team foul on Ole Miss. We're not. So Murray Boyles to the line. The sophomore from Rep.
I used to tell the players, I love my mom, I love my dad, I'm going to make this shot.
That would be a 5-point game again, Coach.
South Carolina has played well.
Davis trying to turn the corner. Dre Davis, a blur to the basket.
Again.
Came over from Seton Hall. It's been a very productive starter. Davis way off. Bozeman's for Don. Falls through.
His energy on the glass and his physicality.
Trying to improvise. Back to Davis. He's got the left-hand dribble again. Blocked by Murray Boyles. He smothered him. And now South Carolina on the move into the front court. CMB throws it up. And Murray Boyles draws the foul. Once again today. Murray Boyles is now 5 out of 6 at the line.
Well, work for you. The foul. He's been sitting down most of the game. He just got up and reminded them.
Surprising. Padula contested 3, and that is a pure one.
He's got ice in his veins. I've seen him do that so many times. He is such a competitor and a leader.
No doubt the most competitive guy on this roster. Thomas trying to answer. Thomas bangs the running. The intensity level is starting to peak. Davis going to the line for a pair when we return.
I tell you what, it's an unselfish culture that has allowed this team to be very successful. What you don't tolerate. If guys don't step up and share the basket.
So he has 5 to go along with his 16 points. Murray Boyles, lone Gamecock in double figures. When Mikal Brown-Jones pushed Nick Pringle out of the paint that time. Pringle has it. Pringle goes up. And Pringle is going back to the line. He has lived there. We'll see if he can convert. Roll. So it's worth noting now. Remember, South Carolina went in for 3. But this is where South Carolina's got a +4 on the glass today. South Carolina is. Lob it into Pringle. He's got the mismatch. Back out to Thomas. Could not squeeze it off. Thomas to Murray Boyles. Scores it. One possession game. A patient sequence for South Carolina, but it converts.
Right now, Ole Miss needs to really move the ball, try to get some dribble penetration. They're very effective when the ball touches the paint.
Morrell draws the foul. Meanwhile, on this side of the floor, Matt Morrell, 26-win season. He's back in the house. He's playing overseas in Romania.
And their attitude and their work ethic.
The tap in from Brown-Jones wouldn't go. 5-point game still in Columbia. Thomas, little hesitation. Wild layup. Follow slam from Pringle. Give him the assist.
Pringle is stepped.
Padula from 15. There's the 5th rebound, and Pringle is going to go all the way back down the floor. That's a foul on Brown-Jones.
Thomas is knocking down some threes when he has them.
Front end miss. Postman's for Tonk says, look what I found.
Or if they're just taking the first cutter and then playing man.
South Carolina hasn't led since the opening minutes of this game. No longer. Thomas puts the Gamecocks ahead. 19 shooting, 21% this half. Brakefield might have gotten away with shuffling the feet. Keeps the pivot foot here. How did he get that pass to Dia? Score it! And the foul! Whoa! Dia on the floor, completes the 3-point play. A resilient and relentless South Carolina team in search, hungry for their first SEC win. Dia scores it, and he steps over Pringle. That's 11 now for Dia. A force right now inside. 4-point lead again for Ole Miss. Murray Boyles, he's got 18. Has it here, dumps it in. This is Pringle, 2-point ball game.
And again, Pringle, Morrell is guarding Pringle to keep Dia off of him so he stays out of foul trouble. South Carolina recognized that and went straight into the post area.
Padilla turns, can't score it. Who wants it? Thomas has it. And then there's a foul. Who's it going to be on? And then on the other side was calling for it, got it, and converted.
Real contact.
Well, our doubleheader continues next. Oklahoma is in Missouri.
Extended some.
4 seconds to shoot for Jacoby. Jacoby Wright puts it up, puts it in.
That's what they've been waiting for.
Baseline cut for Brakefield. This time he finds Dia, goes right at Pringle. Count it. Back to the line he goes. South Carolina had that late lead against Florida. Remember, last month. Davis, by the way, couldn't score it. Dia took it away, stays here. So the work that bounced back from Malik Dia. He's got 13 points today. Meanwhile, on this end, South Carolina, they went on that 9-2 run a little while back to take a lead. That's a good high percentage look. They retake the advantage.
Yeah. This is CMB time. The Colin Murray Boyles. This is his time in that low post area now.
Padula can't answer. Dia has his hands on it. Malik Dia with 15.
Verse it and get it where they need it to, where they want it to go.
Perry, that is 9 straight points for Dia on the Ole Miss side. Deep post catch. Murray Boyles shuffles it over to Bozeman-Verdonk. Out to Ugasuk. Bounces out. Padula secures the board. And 2:25 to go in the game.
And that's the shot South Carolina has to make when they collapse. They've got to knock down the open shot.
Murray Boyles denies Dre Davis that time. 12 on the timer. Coming up on the 2-minute mark. Intense battle in Columbia. Dia can stretch it. Dia buries the 3.
As he made a difference coming off the bench. I mean, he's come out and he's executed in the passion in which he plays.
He's got 12 of his 18 in this second half, playing with the 4 fouls. He had to sit for much of this half. He has scored the last 12 for Ole Miss. Wright got it to go. Back to a
That's what Jacoby Wright can do. He can knock down that mid-range shot.
Who are both on the floor. They're playing with 4 fouls. Only other player on the floor in this game, Nick Pringle. On the South Carolina side, he has 4 fouls. Rather, he is sitting down. Bozeman-Verdonk is back on. Oklahoma, Missouri coming up after this likely thrilling finish. 1-point lead. Ole Miss has it. This is Dia. They feed the hot hand. Nowhere to go. Bozeman-Verdonk cut him off. Right back to Dia. He's open. Dia puts it on the deck. Dia with 2. Dia misses everything. It's a shot clock violation. And so South Carolina will take over with a chance. South Carolina had a late lead against Auburn. A late lead against Florida. In this build, they have been in the fight on so many occasions. Can they break through today? Murray Boyles lost it. Bounced past to Davis. Was he on the line? He saved it. Ole Miss turns over the Gamecocks. 45 seconds. You got plenty of time between shot and game clock here.
Look at the spacing. Look at the spacing by Ole Miss right now.
Padula to the baseline. Picks up the dribble. That's a tough spot. Difficult pass. Somehow got through to Davis. 5 to shoot though. Dre Davis with 3. Davis to the rim. Davis puts it in. That is a killer basket by Dre Davis. Timeout with 22.4 to go. And so Ole Miss puts the pressure back on South Carolina.
Tough shot. That's a tough shot right there.
Instead, they bring in David Barnes. This is Thomas. 19 seconds. South Carolina down 3. 15 on the game clock. This is Murray Boyles. Murray Boyles spins, puts it up, has it back. It's free. Tapped around. Thrown out of bounds. Ball back to Ole Miss. Looking for a turnover. Remember, Ole Miss does not have any timeouts. That one got deflected out of bounds. Again, with 6 seconds here, they're going to inbound it now. It's number 6 in the white. Padula triggering, no timeouts for Ole Miss. They get it to Brakefield. Brakefield is fouled. And so Jamin Brakefield, who hit some clutch free throws in crunch times.
Court in each corner. So when you get the ball, you can push it. And you got guys, and maybe you can get a quick look at a 3.
2-possession lead. Again, virtually over now. You have no time to waste. You just got to put up a shot here with 2 seconds. Davis puts it up. Time winding. Game over. And Ole Miss, they are able to hold off the South Carolina comeback bid. They close the game out on a nice run. Dre Davis with the critical basket. Brakefield the free throw. And the Rebels are now 8-4 in league play. They remain in the top 5 of the league of this rugged SEC.